Today's topic is dynamics of disease transmission. Why word dynamics? Dynamics means it requires force. It requires sufficient amount of force so that disease agent is able to be transmitted into the human body. That's why it is a dynamic, it is a force. So for study purpose, this dynamics of disease is classified under three headings. Why we are interested in studying the dynamics of disease? Because we want to know by which mode, by which way disease agent can enter into the body of the host. So for study purpose, to make this topic very simple, there is a chain called as medical model of chain of transmission of disease. So this chain consists of three things: A, source or a reservoir of the disease; B, mode of transmission; and C is the susceptible host, that is a human being, maybe the male or the female. So today I will concentrate on source or a reservoir. What is meant by source? Source is maybe the animal, insect, plant, soil, which is able to cause the susceptible disease, susceptible infective agent into the body of the host. So what is reservoir? Reservoir may be the animal, plant, soil, insect, in whose body of this insect the susceptible or the infective agent lives, multiplies, and has the power to penetrate the body of the human being is called as reservoir. So difference between source and the reservoir has to be understood. In source, the disease agent lives, but multiplication cannot occur. But in reservoir, the infection agent lives, multiplies in number, and able to transmit, able to infect the disease, that able to infect the person, susceptible person, so that disease can propagate, disease can start. So for study purpose, this reservoir is further classified into the animal reservoir, human reservoir, and reservoir in the soil. So here I will discuss only the human reservoir because we are not interested much more in other two. Human reservoir means here human being acts as a reservoir for transmission of the disease. So human reservoir for study purpose, there are two types of human reservoir. One is homologous reservoir and another is the heterologous reservoir. Homologous reservoir means the same species of the person, other person gets infected, means human to human. Human reservoir to the human reservoir. Homologous, home same. Heterologous means different. Heterologous reservoir means the another species of the human body or the human beings may be infected. That's why it is called as hetero, other. So these are the two types of reservoir: homologous reservoir and the heterologous reservoir. Then again for study purpose, this human reservoir is classified again under two headings called as case and the carrier. What is case? So when I have listened to the case control study and the cohort study, I told you what is meant by case. Case is nothing but a infected person. Person having a particular disease is called as a case. What is control? Control is the normal person who is not at all having the disease agent into the body. So normal person is called as control. Case means disease person means that person is infected with a particular disease. So this is the difference between case and the control. So for study purpose, this human reservoir is classified under the case and the carrier. Case means diseased person. Carrier means this diseased person carries the infectious agent into the body and able to transmit that disease agent to the another person, maybe the homo or the heterologous, maybe through the sputum, maybe through the respiratory tract system, maybe through the genitourinary system, maybe through the skin, sweat, maybe through the contact. So this is a human reservoir with the case. So case further classified under two headings: mild case, moderate case, and the severe case. Here we are most interested in studying the mild case and the moderate case, because these mild case and the moderate case, they are not bedridden cases. While severe case, severe disease person is bedridden. We are not interested in bedridden patient because that patient is lying on the bed. While mild cases and the moderate cases, these cases are called as ambulatory cases. Means they move from one place to other. And once this disease patient, called as mild or the moderate, moves from one place to other, is able to transmit the disease to the other normal person. So, epidemiologist or a clinician is much more interested in mild or the moderate cases and not more interested in the severe cases. Severe cases will be tackled by the physician. So, there is one more type of case called as subclinical case. Means disease agent entered into the body of the host, but the body resistance of the person is better, so that the disease agent when enters into the body of the host, the body fights, WBC, fighting force of our body, they fight with that disease agent and not allowed to propagate the disease, the particular disease. But that person is likely to infect the other person. And these subclinical patients may shed out the infectious agent through respiration, through sputum, through blood, through genitourinary system, through stools. There is one more condition called as latent infection. What is latent infection? When this disease agent is present into the body and passed into the atmosphere through stool or the genitourinary system through the urine, these disease agent remains in a dormant stage in the soil. Dormant means sleeping stage, resting phase. So disease agent remains in a dormant stage into the soil, and whenever this disease agent gets the favorable atmospheric condition, it develops the particular disease. This is called as latent period or latent infection. So there is one more classification of this case called as primary case, secondary case, and the index case. What is primary case? Primary case is that case means disease. Primary disease case is that case which is first case which has been brought to the notice by the physician, clinician. While the secondary case is that case seen from the infection occurred from the primary case, that is called as secondary case. What is index case? Index case is that case which first time described or brought to the attention to the epidemiologist. Who is epidemiologist? Who studies the particular epidemiology of that particular disease. That person, that doctor is called an epidemiologist. So primary case, secondary case, index case. This should be absolutely clear. So this concludes the today's topic.